Beloved, come and be still, for I am here. I gather you into a quiet shelter that holds your mind, your body, your home, and your spirit. Let the sounds of the day loosen their grip. Let the weight that sat on your shoulders slip into my hands. This night belongs to my peace, and my peace belongs to you. My child, I draw a living boundary around your life. Not a thin line that fear can cross, but a hedge that breathes with my presence. A wall of gentle fire that darkness cannot endure. Remain within it and rest, for I am the keeper who does not sleep, and I am nearer than the pulse that moves through your wrist. Lay your worry down in my hands. Every sharp memory, every echo of accusation, every thought that tries to run ahead of grace, place them into my care one by one. Do not gather them again, for I exchange your unrest for calm. I trade your haste for a steady rhythm. I settle your mind like a lake after the wind has passed. Tonight I mark your doorway with covering, not the mark of fear, but the sign of a promise that does not fade. The life in my blood speaks a better word over you, stronger than the arrows of the night, stronger than hidden plots in secret places. When I speak over you, the designs of darkness unravel. When I breathe over you, the very air becomes sanctuary. Listen now, the room is changing. The air grows warm with quiet light. The ground beneath you steadies. The space that felt heavy becomes soft and clear. I am teaching your body to remember rest. I am teaching your heart to remember trust. I am teaching your soul to remember who guards you. Do not fear the night, for the night is mine. I walk its hours with calm steps. I visit every corner of your dwelling. I stand by the door. I look upon the windows. I move along the hall. Every place that once felt exposed is now held under my wing. You are not alone. You will not be invaded. You will not be left uncovered. I silence the whispers that tried to gather by your bed. I break the patterns that tried to return again and again. I end the cycles that wore you down. The old loop is cut. The snare is broken. The road that brought fear to your pillow is closed, and a new way of peace winds through this night. Keep your mind set on me, and you will know perfect peace, not a thin feeling, but a strong shelter, not a brief moment, but a steady river. Do not chase each sound and shadow. Keep your gaze within my light. Keep your breath slow and gentle. Let my calm govern the inner room of your thoughts. I speak to the winds and to the currents no eye can see. Be still. I speak to the air that wraps your home. Be pure. I speak to wandering whispers and restless watchers. Be gone. Every gate that once stood open to confusion is shut and sealed. Every path that invited torment is erased. Only the path of peace remains. Now sense the shift within. Fear loosens. Heaviness lifts. The fog clears. Chains fall without noise. I cover you with my feathers of mercy. I settle you under my wings of faithfulness. I make your resting place a refuge that night cannot breach. I make your sleep a holy ground where peace plants deep roots. I appoint my messengers to keep watch. Quiet feet in the hallway, bright eyes at the thresholds, gentle hands above your rest. They bear a fire that warms and does not burn. They carry light that guides and does not blind. They sing a song that your spirit understands. They patrol until the first light returns. They stand steadfast while you sleep. Every word thrown like a dart falls to the floor. Every curse spoken in envy loses its aim. Every design shaped in secret dissolves before it begins. What was raised against you meets the boundary of my life and becomes nothing. Breathe in the calm I pour. Breathe out the fear that tried to remain. Breathe in my light. Breathe out the weight of the day. I cleanse the room of old echoes. I remove the residue of hidden battle. I wash the corners where gloom once gathered. Even your dreams are brought beneath my order. They will not carry terror but healing. They will not replay harm but release it. They will not trap you but lead you beside still waters in the night. Your bed becomes an altar of quiet trust. Your pillow becomes a stone of remembrance softened by grace. Here you learn again that I am faithful, not only in bright hours, but in the deep watches when the world is silent. Here you learn that peace is not fragile, for my peace is alive and I am with you. I set my decree over your house. No darkness shall pass the line I draw. No shadow shall take form within my light. No night terror shall root itself in your mind. This decree stands not by your striving but by my standing. The shield is not your effort. The shield is my presence. Abide in me and the covering abides over you. I touch your body with quiet strength. I speak to your nerves and they release their grip. I speak to tight muscles and they open like leaves in morning sun. I speak to your breath and it finds a slow and holy cadence. I speak to your heart and it answers my rhythm, steady and gentle and unafraid. I touch your thoughts with clean order. The crowded room of anxiety empties. The loud place becomes a library of peace. Every shelf in its place, every page at rest. I give clarity where confusion sat. I give softness where strain once ruled. I give quiet where noise made its home. Receive this night as a gift, not a gap between labors, but a sanctuary that restores. In this quiet I mend what was torn. I close what was left open. I water what was dry. I strengthen what was weak. I set new alignment in the unseen, so that morning will not only come, it will come new. Say within your heart, I rest under the covering of my Lord. Say it gently and believe it. Your agreement opens the doorway for my peace to enter. Your consent locks fear outside. Your surrender becomes the bed where your soul lies down without dread. These simple words become strong walls around your rest. Remain with me a little longer. Feel the room held in softness. Feel warmth gather in your body. Feel your mind lean back into my hands. Nothing in the dark can undo what I have spoken. Nothing in the night can outlast my watch. Sleep now, my child, and know that I am here. When silence deepens, I am not absent. When your eyes close, I am not distant. When dreams open, I am not passive. I am active in kindness, alert in love, awake over you with unsleeping care. The one who keeps you does not slumber. The one who guards you does not look away. The one who loves you does not leave. End this waking hour with simple trust. Breathe in peace and breathe out fear. Breathe in nearness and breathe out burdens. Let your last waking thought be this: I am covered and I am kept and I am safe, not by fortune but by faithful presence. And let your first dream be the beginning of a long bright river of rest. I place quiet over every doorway. I place gentleness over every window. I place kindness over every threshold. The paths that once carried restless steps now carry calm. The corners that once held shadows now hold light. The walls that once echoed worry now echo songs of hope in a language your heart remembers. I gather the scattered pieces of your attention and bring them home. I lift the thoughts that sank under the day and set them upon the shore. I dry the tears that hid beneath your smile and I tuck them into my robe. Nothing is wasted. Every part of you is known. Every weight is numbered. Every breath is counted. and you are safe in my keeping. Your soul is not a battlefield tonight. Your mind is not a courtroom. Your bed is not a threshold where fear waits. Your room is a sanctuary. Your breath is prayer. Your rest is worship. Your stillness is faith made quiet and strong. I am here and I remain here, through each hour and each small turn of the night. Where pain once sent its message, I send comfort. Where memory once stung, I pour balm. Where regret once pressed, I give release. Forgiveness moves through your inner house like clear water. Mercy moves through your inner house like soft light. Hope rises in small steady waves, and the shore of your heart is renewed. I steady your sleep with gentle order. First your breath, then your shoulders, then your thoughts. Like evening birds settling into branches after flight. You do not need to hold yourself together. I am holding you. You do not need to guard every edge. I am guarding you. You do not need to watch the clock. I am Lord over time, and I am Lord over this night. The fears that wore new names to approach you are turned away. Anxiety that spoke in fast sentences is hushed. Dread that borrowed the faces of tomorrow is unmasked and dismissed. The night carries no verdict against you. The night carries my blessing over you, and the hours become a slow hymn of healing. I place a lamp within your spirit, and it does not flicker. Its flame is fed by my presence, not by your effort. It warms the small rooms where you once stored sorrow. It lights the stairways where you once hesitated. It shines upon the table where we will sit again at dawn, and you will find bread for strength and water for joy. I speak over your relationships as you rest. Let peace be their guard. I speak over your work as you rest. Let wisdom be its guide. I speak over your decisions as you rest. Let clarity be their friend. I speak over your future as you rest. Let goodness and mercy go before you and prepare a simple and sure path. Now I calm even the echoes, the almost sounds that drift at the edge of hearing. The almost thoughts that try to rise when the mind grows quiet. I smooth them into silence. I fold them into the hem of my robe. I keep them until morning, and I return to you only what builds life, only what serves peace, only what agrees with hope. Your breathing and my blessing keep time together. Your heart and my faithfulness keep rhythm together. Your body lies down and my promises stand. Nothing frays at the edges while you sleep. Nothing drifts out of my sight. Nothing escapes the span of my care, for I am here and I am enough for every need in this night. Let the floor beneath you remember my stability. Let the walls around you remember my strength. Let the roof above you remember my watch. Let the air by your face remember my gentleness. Let the covers on your body remember my warmth. And let your spirit remember my name as a soft and steady whisper. If thoughts return and ask for attention, answer them with a breath and a simple truth. I am covered in the care of my Lord. If memories return and ask for judgment, answer them with a breath and a simple truth. I am held in the mercy of my Lord. If fears return and ask for room, answer them with a breath and a simple truth. This room belongs to the peace of my Lord. I have placed goodness at the edges of your night. I have placed kindness at the corners of your bed. I have placed protection at the borders of your home, and I will keep these places until morning. You may rest and you may trust. For I am faithful in the small hours as I am faithful in the bright hours. Close your eyes with confidence and not strain. Soften your jaw and unclasp your hands. Let your shoulders sink and your breath grow easy. Count nothing except moments of peace. Carry nothing except the awareness of my nearness. and let the slow gift of sleep settle like a quiet river upon your soul. When you dream, you will not be chased by shadows. You will walk beside waters that do not threaten. You will cross fields where the grass bends in welcome. You will sit beneath trees that have learned the patience of heaven. You will hear a voice that sounds like love, and you will know it is mine, and you will rest within that sound. I spread a table for your spirit even as your body sleeps, bread of calm and cup of courage, fruit of gratitude and oil of gladness. You will eat without fear. You will drink without worry. You will be nourished without effort. For while you sleep I work, while you rest I build, while you wait I arrange good on your behalf. Let this be the lesson your body learns again, that rest is not absence but presence, that sleep is not surrender to darkness but trust in light, that night is not an enemy but a season I have claimed. I take your hand in silence and I lead you into peace, and all the rooms of your being begin to glow with quiet life. Receive now the blessing that ends the day and begins your sleep, my peace to your mind, my peace to your breath, my peace to your room, my peace to your doorways, my peace to your dreams, my peace to your bones, my peace to your heart. Let it settle like soft rain and endure like ancient mountains. You are covered and you are kept and you are safe, not by chance but by covenant, not by luck but by love, not by walls made by hands but by presence that does not fail. I am with you through the whole night. I am with you through every turn on the pillow. I am with you through each quiet hour until morning hums at the window. Sleep now, my child, under the calm of my authority, within the circle of my care, inside the warmth of my faithful love. And when first light reaches the edge of your room you will wake renewed, your mind clear, your body strengthened, your spirit bright, and you will know that I kept you, and that my peace has made you whole. My child, lift your heart in quiet strength, for I clothe you with authority that flows from my life, not from your effort. I teach you to speak peace with my voice, to stand without shaking, to pray without fear, to rest while the battle bends to my rule. I speak and the night listens. I breathe and the air aligns. I decree and unseen things take their proper place. So stand near me and take my words upon your lips. Let them be simple and steady. Let them be gentle and firm, for power moves with calm when it is born of truth. Say within your spirit, I belong to the Lord of peace. Say within your breath, my mind is stayed on the Lord. Say within your heart, the blood of my Lord is my boundary. These quiet declarations do not shout, yet they build a strong wall that darkness cannot cross. I place a watch upon your thoughts, a watch upon your doors, a watch upon your dreams. I assign my messengers to the borders of your home, and I give you the dignity of partnership. Speak what I give you to speak, and the atmosphere around you will answer like a field to the wind. I quiet the voices that judged you. I cancel the words that envied you. I scatter the plans that were drawn against you in hidden places, not by your anger but by my mercy, not by argument but by light, for the blood speaks a better word, and that word is now set like a seal upon your night. Where manipulation once threaded its lines through your rest, I cut those threads. Where old agreements once whispered through dreams, I close those doors. Where watchers once pressed their gaze upon your window, I turn their sight to dust and send them away. The house of your rest is now held by my hand. Stand in the middle of your room and breathe. Let your chest rise slow. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. and let your spine remember trust. Then say with me in quiet unity, my Lord reigns here, my Lord guards here, my Lord rests here, and my Lord gives me sleep that heals. You do not need to chase every shadow to prove your courage. You do not need to name every enemy to prove your faith. You need only remain in me, for I name the shadows and I end their run. I see the enemies and I turn their feet aside. I am your courage and I am your shield. I lay a calm authority upon your tongue. When worry rises like quick water, answer it with the river of my peace. When dread knocks in fast pulses, answer it with the slow cadence of my name. When accusations gather at the edge of thought, answer them with mercy that I have already given. You will notice the air grow clean. You will notice the silence grow kind. You will notice your breath become unforced and free. This is not a trick of feeling. This is alignment. My order has entered the house and the house is remembering who owns the night. I walk the perimeter of your home and I leave a trail of warmth. I touch the corners that held leftover fear and I wash them. I place a gentle fire upon the thresholds where footfalls pass. Not to burn, but to bless. Not to scorch, but to guard. And rest settles like soft rain upon your dwelling. I give you a lamp for the inner room, a small steady flame that does not flicker. It lives on oil that I provide. It burns without smoke and without ash. It glows upon your feelings without scolding them. It shines upon your memories without wounding them. And it leads you by short steps through the midnight watch. I also give you a key that turns from the inside. The key is consent. When peace knocks, open. When mercy invites, open. When rest calls your name, open. Agreement is not a strain. It is a soft turning of the soul toward what I am already giving, and the house fills with the breath of ease. Where nightmares once carried a script, I take the pen and write another story. Where your sleep once played the same scene, I open a new path beside still waters. Where heavy images once pressed your chest, I lift them like old curtains and I let a wholesome dawn glow behind them, even before morning arrives. I address the cycles that said they would return, the patterns that promised to repeat. I put my hand upon their wheel and I bring it to a stop. Affliction shall not rise the second time. The doors it used are sealed. The map it followed is erased. The permission it presumed is revoked. I speak to your body, release. I speak to your nerves, settle. I speak to your heartbeat, find my rhythm. I speak to your muscles, open like green branches to the morning sun. I speak to your mind, become clear and gentle. I speak to your spirit, stand tall within my calm. I speak to the weather of your room, winds be still. I speak to the current of your thoughts, flow in order. I speak to the echo of old words, fall silent. I speak to the weight behind your eyes, grow light. I speak to the posture of your soul, sit down and be at home in love. Where a report once told you that harm was near, I issue another report. Goodness and mercy are near. Where a rumor once told you that you would fail, I publish another rumor. Grace will carry you. Where an image once threatened your rest, I unveil another image. My hand over your life like a sheltering wing. Take the authority of gratitude and use it like gentle rain. Thank me for small things and watch heavy things loosen. Thank me for breath, for the softness of a pillow, for the clean sheet of night, for the unseen care that held you until now. Gratitude does not deny pain, it denies pain the right to be king. Take the authority of forgiveness and let it flow like clear water. Forgive those who spoke carelessly. Forgive the self that stumbled. Forgive the hour that felt wasted. Forgiveness does not call evil good. It calls your heart free. And a free heart sleeps like a child in steady arms. Take the authority of blessing and speak it over your house. Bless the door for peace. Bless the table for joy. Bless the bed for restoration. Bless your hands for good work tomorrow. Blessing is not flattery. It is agreement with my will, and my will is that you live whole and unafraid. I send my angels to walk the quiet routes of your home. They move with purpose and with tenderness. They keep watch at stairs and thresholds. They tend to corners and silent spaces. They do not argue and they do not boast. They simply keep, and they keep until light touches the edge of the window. The plans that were set against you lose their shape. The gatherings that once spoke your name lose their purpose. The lines that once crossed your boundary are wiped clean. I hold the night in my hand like a calm sea, and I keep your name within my robe like a treasured stone. Authority in me is not hard. It is humble and strong. It is a river that carves a canyon without shouting. It is a root that splits a stone without hurry. It is a light that ends a room of shadows without a sound. Remain in me and you will carry this quiet strength. Now breathe, and let the hour turn without your worry. Let the page of time flip without your hand. The watches of the night are mine to keep. You are mine to keep, and I am faithful. The one who guards Israel does not slumber. The one who guards you does not sleep. If thoughts try to rise and ask for argument, give them no trial. Give them a benediction and release them. If memories try to bring evidence of doom, show them to my mercy and release them. If fears try to bargain for a corner of your bed, refuse them calmly and release them. I am here, and the verdict over this night is peace. My child, you are not a target. You are a temple. You are not a battleground. You are a garden. You are not an unfinished case. You are a kept promise. I dwell with you. I sing over you. I surround you. And I give you the right to rest under my banner without alarm. Let your inner voice speak only a few words before sleep, simple and sufficient. My Lord reigns. My soul rests. My house is covered. Then let silence finish the prayer for you. Let breathing become worship. Let stillness become trust. And let the night be the gentle servant of your healing. I anoint your sleep with purpose, not the purpose of labor, but the purpose of restoration. Your mind will sort lightly and not strain. Your body will mend quietly and not ache. Your spirit will drink deeply and not thirst. And you will wake as one who has been visited by kindness. This is the authority of the midnight watch, not the noise of fear, but the music of peace, not the rush of control, but the flow of surrender, not the weight of proving, but the ease of belonging. Remain in it, and let the night keep you while I keep the night. My child, I now set my messengers in motion around you. They move like quiet wind and warm light. They are swift without hurry and strong without noise. They are gentle to you and terrible to darkness. They take their posts by my command, and they keep their watch by my love. I station guardians at the borders of your dwelling, at the corners and the crossings and the thresholds. They stand where steps enter and where breath passes. They guard the ways in and the ways out. They bless the paths of peace and they bar the roads of harm. I array a hedge of living fire around your home, not to scorch you but to shelter you, not to frighten you but to comfort you. This hedge glows with my presence and moves with my will. It is a warm wall to you and a closed gate to your enemies. I direct angelic feet to walk the rooms while you rest. They carry calm into the hallway. They carry quiet into the kitchen. They carry order into every small space that once held worry. They lift what is heavy in the air and they lay down a mantle of ease. I appoint watchers for your sleep, one at the doorway, one at the window, one by your bed. They hold a shield you cannot see and a light that does not wake your eyes. The room is kept, the night is kept, your soul is kept, and stillness becomes your companion. I send ministering hands to your body. They soothe the tight places and steady the hurried places. They touch the lines of strain and they draw them smooth. They attend to the ache that had no words, and they whisper rest to your bones and courage to your breath. I give songs to the night on your behalf, not loud songs, but true songs. They rise and fall like your breathing. They thread through the air like a soft river. They gather the scattered pieces of your heart and bring them back to the center where my peace waits. I command messengers of clarity to tend your dreams. They close gates that once opened to fear. They open paths that lead to still waters and green fields. They turn away the image that accused you, and they unfold the image that heals you and sets you free. I place a sentinel at each thought that tries to enter. Every thought is weighed and only peace may pass. Worry is turned back at the gate. Dread is refused at the threshold. Accusation finds no chair at your table. Only gentleness and truth sit and remain. I sweep the air with the wings of my angels. Dust of old memories is lifted and carried away. Stale heaviness is exchanged for new breath. The corners that seemed dim begin to glow, and your room takes on the shape of a sanctuary again. I mark the four edges of your dwelling with blessing. At the east I speak hope. At the west I speak completion. At the north I speak strength. At the south I speak comfort. The compass of your night is held steady by my hand. I order a quiet patrol through the watches. Not 1 hour is left uncovered. Not one turn of your body is unattended. Not one drift of your thought is unseen. Your rest is a trust placed in me, and I hold it with care that does not fail. I send angels who carry a flame that warms and guides. They stand beside you when you stir. They lean over you when you sink into deeper rest. They keep company with your spirit when the world grows silent, and their nearness becomes a soft assurance under your breathing. I set a bright line that no harm may cross. It is drawn by my word and sealed by my life. It is not a thin chalk upon the ground. It is a living boundary that sings with light. It wraps your home and it wraps your heart and it will not break. I assign messengers of peace to every doorway in your story. The door of the past where regret tries to knock. The door of the present where noise tries to press in. The door of the future where fear tries to pretend to be wise. Peace keeps them all and bids you sleep. I direct angelic tread to the places that once felt vulnerable. The stair where footsteps echoed. The window where night felt too wide. The wall where shadows gathered. Each place is touched with warmth and each echo is turned into a hush of comfort. I send a company to your work and to your tools. They bless what your hands have prepared for tomorrow. They keep the fruit of your labor from loss. They guard the seeds of your plans from theft, so you may sleep without counting and wake without worry. I give a charge concerning your relationships. Angels carry reconciliation like oil for the hinges of the heart. Those hinges move without grind and the door opens without strain. bitterness loses its rust and kindness finds an easy path to walk. I send light bearers to the borders of your mind. They shine on the map and remove the false roads. They lift away the detours that led to loops of fear. They unveil a straight path of calm, and your thoughts follow it like a small boat on a clear river. I set a guard over your identity. No voice may rename you in the night. No whisper may reduce you. No memory may accuse you. The name I call you remains over you like a banner, loved and kept in mind. This is your covering as you rest. I dispatch angels to carry away what does not belong, the residue of harsh words, the smoke of old conflict, the grit of hurried days. They remove it without fuss and they leave behind a clean hush. In that hush your heart hears again that all is well. I place messengers on the roof of your peace. They watch the horizon for storms that do not belong to you. They deflect winds that seek entry. They soften rains that serve your garden but not your hurt. They keep the weather of your soul in right season. I assign a keeper for the gate of imagination. Images arrive and are welcomed or turned away. Only what builds and blesses may dwell. Only what heals and instructs may remain. The rest is swept out to the edges where my sea of forgetfulness receives it. I order a quiet to the traffic of the unseen. No wandering step may cross your boundary without permission. No hidden gaze may linger upon your rest. No restless energy may attach to your night. My permission is peace and my refusal is firm. I post strength at the foundation stones of your home, not the stones that men can see, but the ones beneath the life you live. Trust, gratitude, forgiveness, humility, courage. My angels touch these stones and they shine with steady light through your sleep. I instruct the hosts to stand in ranks where needed and to move in single file where gentleness is better. They are wise in war and wise in quiet. They do not waste effort. They do not miss an opening. They do what love commands and they do it well. I provide messengers of revelation to visit your rest. They do not shout. They place a thought like a seed. They water it with peace. They cover it with calm, and in the morning you discover a simple answer waiting like dew on new grass. I send a pair to stand at the head and foot of your bed, one to speak peace forward into your dreams, one to speak peace backward into your day. Together they form a bridge of calm, and your whole night becomes a crossing from strain to renewal. I assign a choir to your breathing. Inhale receives kindness, exhale releases worry. The rhythm becomes a prayer without words, a liturgy of body and soul, and every measure of that song writes healing into the soft places within you. I place heralds at the edges of your property in the spirit. They announce my ownership over this ground, this life, this rest. They declare a simple decree that does not fade. The Lord keeps this house. The Lord keeps this child. The Lord keeps this night. I send peace into the pipes and wires and walls, into the small systems that serve your living. Nothing hums with agitation. Nothing carries a fretful tone. Even the mechanical servants of your home take on the hush of my presence and you are not disturbed. I appoint guardians for the children who sleep under your roof. Small hearts are wrapped in large care. Small bodies are swaddled in great watchfulness. Small dreams are guided by gentle hands, and daylight will find them rested and bright. I dispatch a messenger to carry away the last scraps of fear. They are gathered like loose leaves and lifted out the window of your mind. The window closes with a quiet seal, and the room grows clear and simple. a place fit for deep and holy rest. I assign patience to sit by your side. It is a quiet angel with kind eyes. It waits with you as you drift. It reminds you that there is no race to sleep, there is only a gift to receive, and in that kindness you loosen and let go. I set a sentinel over the hours to come. He marks each hour as blessed and passes it to the next, like a watchman handing a lantern along a wall. The flame does not dim, the circuit does not break, and the morning arrives without loss. I command the final circle to close. The hedge is whole, the posts are manned, the lamps are lit, the songs are soft, the air is clear, the gate is shut. Now rest inside the keeping I have built for you, and let the night keep watch while I keep you. My child, the battle has grown quiet, and what remains is my steady rule, not the noise of victory, but the weight of peace, not the clamor of striving, but the ease of belonging. Rest now in the realm where I govern your night with gentle strength. You are not pleading for safety, you are living inside it. You are not chasing after peace, you are resting within it. I set my calm like a crown upon your thoughts, and I seat your heart beside still waters that do not fail. Let your mind learn this new weather, soft air, clear light, warm ground. Hear the wind obeys a kind order. Hear the shadows step back without protest. Hear your inner house is ruled by quiet wisdom and faithful love. The fire has done its work and now the glow remains. No smoke, no scorch, only warmth. The room of your soul is bright without glare. The floor is firm without hardness. The air carries a hush that teaches your nerves to unclench. Be still and know, not as a task, but as a gift. Stillness is the doorway where trust sits down. Stillness is the table where hope eats in peace. Stillness is the bed where faith lies down and closes its eyes without fear. I gather your racing thoughts and ask them to walk. I gather your loud feelings and ask them to speak softly. I gather your scattered attention and ask it to return home. The room within you becomes a sanctuary and not a courtroom. Here there is no trial. Here there is no jury. Here there is no sentence waiting in the dark. There is only mercy arranging the chairs. There is only kindness setting out bread. There is only peace drawing the curtains to let in a calm morning before dawn. You do not have to hold everything together. I am the one who holds. You do not have to decide every matter tonight. I am the one who knows. You do not have to guard every door. I am the one who keeps. Let your breath become slow, even, unforced. Let your shoulders sink into trust. Let your jaw loosen and remember gentleness. Let your hands unclasp and forget the map of strain. The body learns what the spirit believes when peace is given time. I make your mind a river that moves without rush. It bends around stones without panic. It clears silt without drama. It carries light upon its surface and life beneath. And it finds the wide lake of rest where thoughts can float like small leaves without fear. I set a rhythm beneath your sleep, not the drum of alarm, but the hymn of assurance, not the rattle of dread, but the bell of belonging. It sounds along your bones and tells your marrow that all is well. This is calm dominion, not the absence of power, but power at ease. Not the absence of authority, but authority that smiles. Not the absence of fire, but fire that warms and does not wound. Remain within it and you will heal. The night no longer argues with you. The hours no longer demand a price. The corners no longer whisper. The walls no longer echo harm. Everything inside your keeping listens to my steady voice, and everything finds its place. I lift away the habit of urgency. I loosen the knot that made hurry feel holy. I remove the old script that said rest must be earned. I speak a new sentence over you. Rest is a birthright of the loved, and you are loved. Your bed is a field where quiet grows. Your pillow is earth that receives the seed of peace. Your blanket is a sky that holds a soft weather of grace. Lie down under this sky and let the field work while you sleep. The future does not sit at the foot of your bed with a frown. It sits outside the room and waits its turn. I stand at the door between you and tomorrow. I bless what must come and I forbid what must not come, and I let you sleep. Regret does not sit at the head of your bed with a ledger. It is not given a chair. It is not given a lamp. It is told to leave its papers at the river where I wash them and carry them away, and your night remains clear. I arrange your inner shelves with simple order. What is needed remains. What is heavy without use is lifted. What is sharp is wrapped in kindness. What is fragile is placed where mercy can watch over it, and nothing presses against you in the dark. The soul longs for ease that does not collapse, and I give it. The soul longs for quiet that does not accuse, and I give it. The soul longs for stillness that does not feel like loss, and I give it, and the longing learns to rest. In this dominion, prayer becomes breathing, and breathing becomes prayer. No long speeches, no anxious vows, only simple consent, only soft agreement, only the steady yes of a heart that trusts its keeper. Let your memory bathe in gentle light, not bright, not harsh, a light that reveals without scolding, a light that names without shaming, a light that shows the door where mercy waits with open arms, and your memory walks there and is welcomed. Let your imagination drink from clear water. Pictures arrive that build and not break. Scenes unfold that teach and not torment. Paths appear that lead to meadows and not to traps. And your imagination becomes a servant of peace. I sit with you beside the still waters that I have made within you. No need to speak at length. No need to measure progress. No need to count hours. Only the soft exchange of presence, only the steady trade of fear for calm. You are not behind, you are not late, you are not missing the secret that others know. You are in my pace, you are in my hands, you are in my care, and my care is the safest place in the world. If a thought rises and asks to lead, let it first drink of my calm. If a feeling rises and asks to rule, let it first sit in my light. If a memory rises and asks to judge, let it first hear my mercy. The crown belongs to peace and peace belongs to me. I cover the thresholds of your senses. What you hear is tempered by kindness. What you feel is held by gentleness. What you remember is touched by hope. Even silence carries the fragrance of my nearness, and it comforts you. This night is not a pause between worries. This night is a vineyard where rest grows on living vines. Sweetness gathers drop by drop. Strength returns branch by branch. And in the morning you will taste joy and call it simple and true. Your heart is learning a new law, not the law of fear. Not the law of punishment, not the law of scarcity, but the law of peace, where love casts out dread, where grace arranges the hours, where trust opens the door and keeps it open. The roof of your soul is repaired. No drip of anxiety, no draft of despair. The windows of your mind are washed. No film of gloom, no smear of confusion. The floor of your body is swept. No grit of strain, no clutter of unrest. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to impress me. You do not have to explain yourself to me. I know you. I chose you. I keep you. And I am pleased to cover you with quiet glory in the dark. I move through the halls of your inner house and bless each room. The room of memory, be at ease. The room of desire, be at peace. The room of thought, be in order. The room of will, be in rest. Every room receives a seal of calm. I gather the day and fold it like a garment. The seams are smooth, the stains are washed, the loose threads are trimmed, and it is set aside. Tomorrow will have its own garment, clean and ready, and you will wear it without weight. This stillness is not fragile. It is not a glass that fear can crack. It is not a thin ice that worry can break. It is a deep ocean under a quiet surface. It is a mountain beneath soft grass. It is a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Let the small machine of the mind power down, step by step, light by light. Nothing is lost. Nothing is at risk. Everything needed is held in my hands, and what is not needed is released into my sea of forgetfulness. I teach your body to trust your bed. I teach your mind to trust my voice. I teach your heart to trust my presence. Each lesson is gentle. Each lesson is slow. Each lesson is repeated until it becomes your way. When you turn upon your pillow, know that you are turning within my embrace. When you sigh and the chest falls, know that you are sighing within my strength. When you slip into sleep, know that you are slipping into my keeping. The crown of calm rests upon you and does not tilt. The robe of peace covers you and does not slip. The scepter of stillness stands within you and does not fall. This is royal rest. This is holy ease. This is the reward of those who are loved. Remain here and let the hours pass like a quiet procession, lantern to lantern, step to step. No hurry, no stumble, no loss. I keep the watch and I keep you, and morning will arrive with soft feet and open hands. You will wake and find that nothing fierce entered. You will wake and find that nothing precious slipped away. You will wake and find that strength has returned like a friend, and peace has stayed like a faithful guardian. For now, be still, and let the waters hold you. Be still, and let the ground support you. Be still, and let my rule complete its work. I am here, and my calm is your country, and you may rest in it without fear. My child, the covering is built, now I strengthen it. I thicken the hedge, I deepen the foundation, I raise the wall of quiet fire until no stray wind can slip through. I move along the borders of your life. I press my palm into every seam. I seal each place that once felt thin. I leave a warmth that tells you the work is complete. I reinforce the doors of your rest. Hinges move without grind. Frames stand without strain. The door closes with kindness and opens only to peace. I mark the thresholds with living light. Footsteps that belong to fear cannot cross. Footsteps that belong to grace enter easily. The house learns the difference and chooses grace. I strengthen the windows of your mind. They admit the dawn and refuse the storm. They let in clarity and keep out confusion. They are washed with calm until they shine. I reinforce the roof of your peace. No leak of anxiety, no drip of dread. The covering sits sure and quiet. Rain becomes a gentle song and not a threat. I walk the inner halls and test the beams, trust at each joint, gratitude at each brace, forgiveness at each span, humility at each turn. The frame holds under a holy ease. I return to the corners where shadows once gathered. I fill them with a soft presence. Nothing crouches there now. Only rest waits like a chair prepared for a friend. I set a deeper line around your night, not a sketch on dust, but a boundary with a life of its own. It hums with my faithfulness and it will not fade. I lay a seal upon your sleep, not a weight, but a signature of love. It tells the hours who you belong to. It tells the air who keeps you. It tells the dark that entry is denied. I reinforce the field of your thoughts. Weeds of worry cannot root. Seeds of peace take hold. The soil is warm and ready, and gentle growth rises without hurry. I strengthen the gate of your dreams. Entry by permission only. Fear is turned back. Truth is welcomed. Healing is guided to the quiet center where you rest. I revisit old paths that once carried unrest. I lift the stones and clear the ruts. I plant new paths that carry gentleness, and your feet learn them by heart. I place a keeper at the storehouse of your energy. Theft is ended. Waste is ended. Slow replenishment and honest strength return to you while you sleep. I reinforce the table where your soul eats. Bread of calm, water of joy, fruit of hope, oil of gladness. The portion does not diminish through the night. I set a seal upon your name. No whisper may rename you. No memory may reduce you. The name I call you remains, loved and kept in mine. I strengthen the quiet around your children. Soft watch at the door, warm watch at the window, bright watch at the bed. Morning will find them safe and bright. I return to the places where regret tried to linger. I sweep the ash and carry it away. I leave the floor clean and ready for new steps that do not slip. I reinforce the circle of forgiveness within you. It holds steady when old echoes knock. It stays kind when old scenes rise. It keeps the heart free to breathe and to sleep. I thicken the hedge where the road meets your home. Wanderers in the unseen cannot wander in. The path is guarded by calm, and the calm is firm. I lay a seal over the tools of your living, the devices and the wires and the pipes. No restless hum, no fretful tone, even small systems learn my hush. I strengthen the bridge between your breath and your heart. Inhale receives kindness, exhale releases weight. The rhythm becomes a keeper of peace. I return to the map of your days and mark safe passage. Crooked places straighten, rough places soften, closed places open in time. You are not late and you are not lost. I reinforce the lamp within your spirit. Its flame does not flicker. Its oil does not run low. It lights the room without glare and guides your steps without rush. I lay a seal upon the clock of your night. Each hour is blessed and passed along. No hour steals from another, and dawn will arrive with gifts intact. I strengthen the memory of my goodness. Small mercies are stitched like bright thread through your story. The pattern is simple and sure, and it holds when touched. I reinforce the quiet laws of this house. Peace is the crown, gentleness is the guard, order is the steward, joy is the song, love is the light that never dims. I set a deeper calm in the joints of your body. Wrists loosen, shoulders lower, jaw softens, back lengthens, breath widens, rest begins to do its honest work. I reinforce the listening of your soul. It hears my nearness in silence. It hears my kindness in stillness. It hears my strength and ease, and it answers with trust. I place a seal upon the story of this night. No interruption, no invasion, no erosion. The narrative is peace and the ending is renewal, and every page agrees. I strengthen your yes to rest. Consent becomes natural, surrender becomes sweet. The body learns the blessing of letting go, and the mind learns the wisdom of quiet. I reinforce the threshold of tomorrow. It is kept outside your room. I stand there for you. I bless what should enter. I forbid what should not, and you sleep. I set a seal upon the field of your future. Storms cannot write their names there. Grace writes first and last, and hope writes in the middle with a steady hand. I return to the well of your courage and fill it. The level rises in the dark, not by your labor, but by my love. You will wake and find it full. I reinforce the choir of small assurances. The feel of a clean sheet, the weight of a warm cover, the hum of a faithful night. Each one sings, all is well. I lay a seal upon the exits where fear used to slip in. Each is marked and guarded, each is shut and quiet. No creeping thought can cross without meeting my peace. I strengthen the beam called patience. It bears the span of waiting without creak. It carries the roof of rest without strain, and under it you feel safe to be unhurried. I set reinforcement into gratitude. It does not thin when the day was heavy. It becomes a soft power that lifts the heart. It becomes a clear river that carries the mind. I seal the covenant over your home, not with ink that fades, but with life that sings. The words are simple and strong. The Lord keeps this house. The Lord keeps this child. The Lord keeps this night. I reinforce the calm at the very center, the small room where you and I sit. No noise enters. No weight intrudes. Presence fills the space, and love holds the door. I strengthen the promise that you will wake renewed, not by chance, not by luck, but by the slow and faithful work of rest, guided by my hand and guarded by my peace. I seal this work with my nearness, not a mark upon stone, but a living witness within you, a warmth that remains, a clarity that lingers, a steadiness that stays. Now rest inside what is finished. Let the hours pass like a gentle tide. Nothing precious will be lost. Nothing harmful will be gained. The keeping is complete and the seal endures. My child, the night has kept its gentle promise. Now the first quiet threads of light find your room, and I draw you into the soft beginning of a new day. Not a rush, not a roar, only a calm rising that carries my kindness. You did not hold the night together, I did. You did not guard the gates, I did. You did not power the hours, I did. Now receive morning as a gift placed into open hands, steady and bright. Breathe in the clean air that waits beside your bed. Let it enter like a small hymn. Let it carry away the last shadows of weight. Let it settle into your chest as a simple assurance. All is well and I am here. I lift the curtain of your thoughts, not with sharp light but with gentle dawn. The mind wakes like a meadow after rain, green with calm, bright with promise, quiet with strength that does not strain. Rise without hurry, move like one who has been kept, not as a soldier rushing to a horn, but as a child stepping from warm blankets into familiar arms. This day is not an exam, it is a walk with me. I place peace upon your shoulders like a soft cloak. I place clarity in your hands like clear water. I place courage in your step like steady ground. Nothing loud, nothing forced, only the sure ease that follows my presence. Look, the room that held your sleep now holds your purpose. The same walls that learn my hush now echo my sending. I do not send you alone. I go before you. I go beside you. I go within you. I speak to the doorway that leads into your tasks. Be a gate of grace. I speak to the path that runs through your hours. Be a way of light. I speak to the moments that will ask for wisdom. Be wells filled in advance with calm understanding. You are not leaving safety behind. Safety walks with you. You are not leaving peace behind. Peace stays in your chest. You are not leaving covering behind. Covering turns your day into a sanctuary in motion. Let gratitude be your first language. Thank me for simple things and watch large things take their right size. Thank me for breath, for warmth, for the familiar shape of your own hands, and the heart learns again that goodness is near. Let gentleness be your posture. It is not weakness. It is the strength that does not need to prove itself. It is the power that moves without scraping. It is the calm that turns sharp edges into smooth paths. Take the blessing of small beginnings, one quiet choice, one softened word, one honest pause, one faithful step. The kingdom grows like seed in good soil, and the field of this day will yield peace in due time. I stand at the intersection of your relationships, where words enter and leave. Let kindness open the way. Let patience carry the load. Let listening become a shelter, and you will see doors open that effort alone could not move. I stand in the room of your work, where tools and plans will wait for your hands. Let wisdom set the order. Let integrity hold the frame. Let diligence move at a human pace, and your labor will become a prayer with quiet answers. I tend the garden of your decisions. Some will bud today, some will sleep another night. Do not tug the stems. Do not scold the soil. Trust the seasons I keep. I will show you which plant to water and which to leave in my timing. Let your memory serve you and not rule you. Touch it with light, not with fear. Learn from what was hard, bless what was good, release what has no place, and walk on, for the road ahead is under my keeping. Let your imagination serve peace. Picture pathways that build. Imagine answers that heal. See rooms where reconciliation can sit and breathe. Make space inside for hope to stretch, then carry that space into every place you go. I speak over the morning traffic of your thoughts. Move in order. I speak over the small weather of your emotions. Be clear and kind. I speak over the pulse of your body. Keep the slow rhythm you learned in the night, and do not return to haste. If worry waves from the edge of the path, bless it and let it pass. If fear asks for a seat in your chest, show it to the door. If regret taps at the window with old papers, hand them to my mercy again and keep walking. You are not responsible for every storm you see. You are responsible for anchoring in me. Let my calm be the harbor of your reactions. Let my word be the compass of your choices. Let my love be the law of your tone. I give you a simple commission for this day. Carry peace where you stand. Speak truth without thorns. Do small things with honest care. Leave every place a little more at rest than you found it, and you will have walked with me. As the afternoon lengthens, gather small gratitudes like folded notes. Keep them in your pocket, They will warm your heart when the air cools, and they will remind you that I have walked every hour with you. If sorrow greets you, I will not leave you to face it alone. Let tears be honest and safe. Let silence be a friend and not a threat. Let hope sit near even when it speaks softly, and you will find that comfort has a gentle weight that steadies you. When evening begins to draw near, you will carry the quiet testimony of a kept day, not perfect, but faithful, not loud, but true, and your steps will ease toward rest without the old resistance. I bless the cycle that will return you tonight, not as a circle of fear, but as a spiral of trust. Each turn a little deeper, each watch a little freer, each dawn a little clearer, until peace feels like your native country. Now rise, my child, with the light upon your face and the calm within your chest. Walk into the day as one who is covered, speak as one who is kept, choose as one who is guided, love as one who is loved, and when night comes again, you will lie down in the same sure keeping that lifted you this morning. This is your morning commission, simple and sufficient. Carry peace, keep pace, guard truth with mercy, and let my presence be the atmosphere you bring. I am with you, I go before you, I remain behind you, and I dwell within you, and this day will be held in my faithful hands. When voices around you grow loud, lower yours without losing clarity. When rooms around you grow tense, soften the corners with patience. When decisions around you grow sharp, add the oil of understanding. Your quiet strength will be felt. Guard your margins. Keep small pauses between tasks. Keep a slow breath between replies. Keep a short prayer between choices. These are doorways where I enter. These are wells where I fill. These are anchors where you do not drift. If you must carry weight, carry it with me. Let your step match mine, steady and human. If you meet a wall, stand still long enough to hear my way. Doors appear when hearts listen, and paths open where peace leads. Measure your success by fidelity and not frenzy, by the honesty of your yes and the kindness of your no, by the integrity of your touch and the patience of your pace. Leave hurry to those who have forgotten that they are kept. I have placed people in your path who will need warmth. Give them a small flame from the lamp you carry, not a speech, a presence, not a lecture, a listening, not a wait, a lift, and they will know that I have passed by. Do not fear being quiet in a noisy field. Seeds do not shout when they sprout. Rivers do not boast when they carve valleys. Light does not argue when it enters a room. It simply reveals and remains. If a moment asks for courage, take my hand and step. The step may be small, but courage is measured by trust and not by size. If a moment asks for restraint, take my hand and wait. The wait may be brief, but restraint is measured by love and not by pride. Keep the memory of the night within reach, not as a curtain to draw over the day, but as a well to draw from. The same peace that covered your sleep will cover your speaking and your moving and your choosing. Return to breath as to an altar. Inhale kindness, exhale weight. Inhale wisdom, exhale haste. Inhale presence, exhale fear. Let this gentle liturgy carry you through the corridors of your morning and into the broadened light of noon. If conflict finds you, let truth and mercy walk in together. Truth without mercy breaks. Mercy without truth blurs. Together they build. Together they heal. Together they teach even strong hearts how to be soft without losing shape. Keep your eyes on simple gifts and you will not be starved. Sunlight on a floor, water in a glass, a friend who remembers to smile, quiet work that finishes with clean hands. These are sacraments for common hours and they feed the soul. Honor your limits. They are not fences of shame. They are fences that hold a garden. Stay within the growth I give you today, and fruit will come in its season. The tree that forces fruit early bruises itself, but the tree that rests gives sweetness in time. I set a blessing on the thresholds you will cross, the threshold of your door, the threshold of each conversation, the threshold of each decision. May you pass through each with calm and leave each with peace. I stand at the edges of unknowns and I am not anxious. I stand at the turns you cannot see and I am not uncertain. I stand at the places where roads split and I am not divided. Hold my hand and walk, for my knowing is your safety. Let your noon keep what your morning began. Do not trade away your peace for a quick result. Do not sell your calm for applause. Do not offer your integrity for speed. Remain in me and I will make patience fruitful. When tiredness arrives, do not interpret it as failure. It is a visitor that asks you to sit, to drink water, to breathe, to pray 3 words. Be my strength. Then rise in the measure I give and not in the rush you fear. My child, let us begin this part with gratitude, for gratitude opens doors that force cannot move, and gratitude keeps peace alive in the heart. Give thanks for breath, give thanks for light, give thanks for the quiet lessons of the night, give thanks for the strength that rises without noise. I receive your thanks like a simple offering, not heavy, not ornate, a small flame that warms the room of your soul. Thank me for the battles you did not see, for the storms that turned aside, for the fears that lost their voice. Thank me for the wisdom that arrived as a calm thought, for the answer that waited in silence, for the patience that kept you steady. Let thanksgiving sit upon your tongue like clear water. Sip it often. Let it cool anger. Let it soften worry. Let it cleanse memory. You do not thank me to pay a debt. You thank me to breathe freely. You thank me to see clearly. You thank me to walk lightly. Gratitude is a key that turns from the inside. With it doors open. With it chains fall. With it rooms brighten. Bless this day as it comes. Bless the small tasks. Bless the quiet meetings. Bless the simple food. Bless the honest work. Bless the rest between steps. Bless the people who pass your path. Bless with words if words are needed. Bless with presence if silence serves. Bless with listening if stories ask to be heard. Let praise rise without strain, not a performance, a posture, not a show, a steadiness. I am honored when your heart stands peaceful in my presence. Praise me for who I am, faithful and near, gentle and strong, just and kind. Praise me for what I have done and praise me for what I will yet do. When you praise, your heart takes its right place. Not small in shame, not large in pride, simply whole in love. Let thanksgiving become the rhythm between your breaths. Inhale mercy, exhale thanks, inhale strength, exhale thanks, inhale guidance, exhale thanks. Sing if you wish, hum if you prefer, or keep a quiet song in your bones. I hear all 3 and I delight in the music of your trust. Thank me for the doors that stayed shut, for not every open way is wise, and not every shut way is loss. Thank me for timing that protects you, for delay that matures you, for speed that surprises you when seasons shift. Give thanks for forgiveness that keeps the heart wide. Give thanks for hope that keeps the eyes bright. Give thanks for love that keeps the steps kind. Let your gratitude visit old rooms. Enter memory and turn on a soft light. See what I healed, see what I kept, see how I led you across. Let your gratitude visit the present. Touch your tools, touch your table, touch your tasks, and speak, all is gift, all is kept. Let your gratitude visit the future. Speak to tomorrow with calm. You are welcomed, you are blessed, you will unfold under faithful hands. When you feel thin, give thanks for enough. When you feel crowded, give thanks for borders. When you feel unseen, give thanks for the one who watches. Praise does not blind you to pain. Praise gives pain a place to rest that is not a throne. Praise keeps sorrow from ruling the room. Thank me for tears that wash the eyes, for laughter that loosens the chest, for silence that carries my nearness like gentle rain. Thank me for friends who stay. Thank me for lessons from those who leave. Thank me for the wisdom to love well without clinging. Bless your enemies without bitterness. Bless them into distance if needed. Bless them with truth and mercy, then place them in my keeping. Gratitude and blessing will fence your heart with peace, not a wall that isolates, a garden boundary that protects life. Praise me in the hallway between tasks. Praise me in the doorway between conversations. Praise me in the stairwell between floors. Small praises stitch the day with gold. When success arrives, let thanksgiving guard humility. When failure visits, let thanksgiving guard hope. When confusion lingers, let thanksgiving guard patience. Give thanks for the body that serves you. Tend it with rest, feed it with care, move it with kindness. Your body is my servant too when I honor it. Give thanks for the mind that learns. Keep it honest, keep it clear, keep it gentle. Your mind is a lamp and I keep the oil full. Give thanks for the spirit that listens. It hears the footsteps of grace. It knows the tone of truth. It remembers the path of peace. Let worship be simple. Here I am. Here you are. This is enough. Love fills the space between us. If you feel unworthy, remember that love began with me, not with you. If you feel empty, remember that fullness begins with me, not with you. Place your thanks like stones across a stream. Step by step you will cross what once felt wide. Step by step you will reach the far bank with dry feet. Thank me for shelter that is more than walls, for provision that is more than coins, for purpose that is more than titles. I give what lasts. Thank me for the quiet authority that guides your no and your yes. Thank me for the steady courage that keeps you in truth without harshness. Let gratitude shape your speech. Fewer sharp edges, more soft strength, fewer complaints, more clean requests, fewer fears, more faithful words. Bless your home aloud. Peace to this threshold, calm to this table, rest to these rooms, joy to these beds, kindness to these corners. Bless your city with small deeds, a lifted burden, a shared bread, a patient pause, a clear answer. These are hymns sung without stage and I hear them. Praise me when doors open. Praise me more when you wait in the hall. Praise me most when you stand still and know that I am God. If weariness returns, thank me before you ask. Gratitude opens your hands, then ask and receive in peace. If anxiety stirs, thank me for breath. Breathe slowly. Count thanks instead of threats. Watch the waves fall without needing to push them. If shame whispers, thank me for mercy. Speak mercy over your name. Let mercy be louder than memory, and walk free. Your gratitude will train your eyes to find me in common places. Sunlight on a worn step, steam over a cup, a child laughing in the next room, a task finished with clean hands. Your praise will train your ears to hear me in humble sounds. The quiet click of a door, the hush between words, the soft answer that turns away wrath. Your blessing will train your hands to carry peace, to lift without noise, to build without boasting, to heal without asking for applause. I place a mantle of praise upon your shoulders. It fits without pinching. It warms without weight. It travels with you through shadow and through light. When night returns, your thanksgiving will already be waiting at the door. It will welcome you back to rest. It will remind you of my keeping, and it will prepare your heart for sleep. This is the circle I teach you. Receive, give thanks, release, rest, then rise and begin again. Nothing wasted, everything woven. Let us end this part as we began, with gratitude. Thank you for trusting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for resting. Thank you for walking with me. I am with you. I am for you. I delight to keep you. Your thanks are the music of our journey, and my love is the road that does not end.